Good afternoon, and thank you for attending the first of our formative assessment webinars. My name is Heather Kowalski, and I am a half-time technology integration consultant and director of REMC3, which covers AMA core and COP ESTs, and my other half-time is spent as a math consultant for COP. So this webinar series is all about using digital tools for formative assessment. The goal of formative assessment is to collect data about our students' understanding to inform instruction while it is happening. The formative assessment process then is to use this information to make modifications and improve instruction to increase achievement. There are a ton of different formative assessment strategies that are used in classrooms every single day. So the more traditional strategies include like a thumbs up, thumbs down, oral questioning, observations, exit tickets, quizzes, and journaling, just to name a few. However, there are a lot of tools and assessments that can be used to collect data on the spot without having to compile it that the students will enjoy and want to participate in, and that are really, really easy to use. So the tools that we are going to explore today are Kahoot, Quizizz, and Quizalize, and all three are pretty similar. They're all game-based platforms that bring excitement to the classroom and engage students in their learning. So my goal today is to kind of show a little bit about each one, but then also give you the chance to participate in one so that you know what it feels like to be a student. Because sometimes it's hard to do that when you're just trying to explore things on your own. So this would be a great way for you to get to try them. So Kahoot is probably the tool that most people are familiar with. So we're going to start with Kahoot. You can see I have it up on my screen. And as a teacher, you're going to go to create.kahoot.it. And this is where you'll log in. You can log in with Google or Microsoft, or you can create an account. And then once you log in, you're going to see the screen that I have here. Now, feel free to try and be logging in as we go, or to just watch and listen, and then I'll have you log in to actually play. So once you log into Kahoot, if you've been in Kahoot before, if it's been a while, there are some upgrades. So it might be a little bit different than what you're used to. So when you log in, you're going to see this screen. And when you create a new Kahoot, now you have some new options that were not always there. So there is, you can choose from creating a quiz, a jumble, a discussion, or a survey. And a quiz will be multiple choice where you just choose one answer. A jumble is where you drag the choices and put them in a correct order. A discussion is where you would ask a question, and then that would spark a debate. And then a survey allows you to gather data from your audience. So after you give a Kahoot, you can also, if you look here, there are different reports. So there's a reports tab. And in the reports tab, I'm just going to pick one that I've done before. You get some really great data in the reports. So if I pull this up, you will see what you get. It comes up in Excel. Maybe. There we go. And you can see that you can see the overall performance, the total incorrect answers, you get feedback, and then you get some different tabs across the bottom here. You can do question summary, so you can see how the players did on each question and what answers they chose. It's really great. You can kind of pinpoint the most frequently wrong answers, or who's getting a lot wrong. And you see if they get it wrong, it shows up in red. So you get some really, you can also go just by question. You can see the questions and each player that way as well. You can see the average time to answer the question. So if some questions are taking a little bit longer, that might be something, tell you that you need to spend a little more time on that. So some really good reports you get from Kahoot. Now, you can do two things. You can either create your own Kahoot, so just like I said at the beginning, and I'm just going to go and show the quiz real quick. So if I'm going to create a quiz, I'm going to go in, I'm going to choose quiz. And you will give it a title. And then a description. You might put the date here, or you might want to describe it a little bit more. And then who is it visible to? And then cool. You can add videos, give credit, add images. And then you can add your questions. And I might say 5 plus 5. And then I'm going to give my choices. And you can give as many choices as you want. And then you choose your correct one. And you do the next question. Right? And then you continue that. It's pretty easy. You can also give how much time you want to give them to answer the question here. So you can go from 5 seconds to 2 minutes. So you can choose that. And then you can create your questions that. Or it might be worth searching the public Kahoots, because there are thousands of Kahoots that are available already. And this is just a preview so you can see what it would look like if we were to actually do it. So you'd enter your game pin over here, which is going to be 475425. Enter. Myself a nickname. And then when I get in, now I can start it. So then you can see what you see on each device. So if the kids will see, they don't see the question on their device, they only see the choices. So you have to look up at the big screen in order to see, so 5 plus 5. So over here, I would press, oops, and I didn't press it on time. So I got it wrong because I didn't have it in time. Okay, so it's kind of nice that you can preview it that way. But I'm going to show you how to search public Kahoots, because there are a ton that are already available. So if you go to Discover, find me a Kahoot about, and you could put anything in. I'm going to say Disney characters, just for fun. And we have some Star Wars trivia. Disney movies and characters. We'll go with this one because it's 8 questions. I'm going to choose that. And then we're going to play this one together. So what's cool is they also have this new thing. It's called Challenge right here. This is Challenge mode. And so that's where you can actually assign it as homework. So you could like share the PIN number or the link in Google Classroom, and then kids can kind of do it as a competition on their own, and they can do it at home. And so what you do is you set up like a time frame. So maybe you set it up for today, but they have 24 hours to do it. So then when you do that on your phone or your device, you actually get to see the question and the answers, which is different from when you play it as whole class. So let's try it. So why don't you, I'm going to play this one. And you are going to go to Kahoot.it, because that's where you go to actually play Kahoot. So kids, what's nice is kids do not need a login. They don't need to create a username and password. They just go to Kahoot.it. There are options here when I'm setting it up. I can do one-to-one devices, or if they're doing it like as a team, so teams are competing against each other and you're maybe doing it for a review, then you just have one device for the team. You can set up that way as well. For us, I'm going to do just the classic. And then when you put that up, the game pin comes up, so the kids will just enter that in. Which will get them in the game. And you'll see it says naughty nicknames beware. One click on your name and you're out of the game. So all I would have to do is click the name and it would get rid of it. Okay. And then whenever I'm ready, I can start when all my kids are in. And here we go. So you'll have to look at my screen to answer. So who is the character? And then you answer. When everyone gets through, you don't have to wait for the time. It'll just end and go to the next question. Has a leaderboard. And they score based on who gets it correct the fastest. That's how the leaderboard works. And so you can search Kahoots for just about anything. So before you make your own, you might want to check that out. And we're almost done. Two more. Okay. Then you can get the results as well. And you can either direct download or save to your drive. Okay. Questions about Kahoot? Okay. So we are going to move on then to Quizizz. And so it's pretty similar. Quizizz is pretty similar to Kahoot, except it has a couple of unique features. So Quizizz has public quizzes available as well to search. But if you are creating your own, you have the ability to align to state standards, which is kind of nice. There are multiple choice questions, but you can choose from having one answer or having multiple answers. And you can also change how long you want to give students to respond to your question, so just like you could in Kahoot. But then unlike Kahoot, when you take the quiz, you don't have to be looking up at the big screen. You'll see it right on your device, and you don't have to wait for everyone to respond. So it goes like at your own pace. And then each time you respond, you get a meme that comes up after your question, which is kind of fun. And then you can also assign the quizzes as homework, do it live, or there are solo games too that kids can just pick and enter the code and just play on their own, which is really nice for like independent time, or if kids finish something early, they can go on and play independently, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and look at Quizizz. You can kind of see what that platform looks like, and that is Quizizz.com. And again, you'll want to create a teacher account because students don't go to the same place. It's kind of just like Kahoot, where they'll go to Quizizz.com or join.quizizz.com, and they'll just enter that game code. So they don't need an account, which is really kind of nice. Okay, so once I'm in, so you can either search for quiz on any topic. So here's our topics, and you could just search for quizzes. Or you can create a new quiz. And so I'm just going to call this web. English. I'm going to align to state standards so you can see what that looks like. And save. Okay, so I'm going to select my standards, so Common Core. And then I'm going to select my grade. I'm just going to pick third grade. And I'm a math consultant, so I'm going to go with math. Add the standard. I'm going to create a new question. And I'm going to talk about fractions. So I'm going to say 1/2 equals, and then give some choices. So I can change right here. I can make the single answer up here or multi-select. So I'm going to do a multi-select because I'm going to put like 2 4s. I'm going to say 3 6. I'm going to say 2 5. And I'm going to say 2/1. Then I'm going to choose my correct answers. I'm going to tag the standard. So let's see, right here, equivalent fractions. Add that. Save my question. 30 seconds is good. I'm do another one. I'm going to say 1/3 equals, and we'll say 1/2. We'll say 3/9. We'll say 4/12. And we'll say 3/1. And again, this is going to be multi-select. So I'm going to put 3/9 and 4/12. Oops. Onto that. I wanted to take standard, which is what I was trying to do. I'm going to go ahead and do that. This time, I might just give them, you can give up to 15 minutes on this. For Kahoot, you can give up to 2 minutes. And save. Okay, so you get the idea. So then I'm going to finish my quiz. Grade range, third, math, basic operations, save details. And that. And then so now I can do live game, homework game, or solo game. So I'm going to do this live. I'm going to have you guys join. So you're going to go to join.quizizz.com. You're going to enter in that code 494036. And you'll join. And then I'm also going to join in another tab because I want you to be able to see on the webinar for the recording. I want you to see what you get to see when you put an answer in. So I'm going to go to join.quizizz.com, and I'm going to enter my code. And enter. Okay. And then I'm going to start. And then I'm going to go back. You can see starting. And this time you get to see everything right here. So I'm going to choose correct answers, submit, and then see I get like a cool little meme on it. So, and then it does do a leaderboard. And then it goes at my own pace. And you can see, and then here it just keeps track of my leaderboard here, and I can look at my questions. You can see the average time for each question, and so on. And so it's kind of nice so kids go on at their own pace. So that's a little different from Kahoot, and you don't have to be looking up at the big screen, which is kind of nice. So that is Quizizz. And then you can also, right here, you can look at class. So there's some different reports. So you can do class accuracy, so look for the toughest question, the question that took the longest, and give you some interesting facts. You can also go down and see by standard. So that's kind of nice. Okay. All right. So now the last one that we are going to look at is Quizalize. Let me get out of here. And for Quizalize, you're going to go to, if you just type in Quizalize.com, you should get to it. And that's spelled Quizalize.com. And then you're going to do teacher login. And again, you can log in with your Google account, or you can create an account. And then when you get in, it'll have you choose a class. So I just made a class called Webinar, and you can assign a new activity. And again, with Quizalize, you can align questions. So you can search, just like you can. And so you can just search by clicking in something here, or you can create a new quiz. And again, you can align it with state standards. You can import them from a spreadsheet, or you can just add your questions. I'm not going to go ahead and do that for the sake of time. But then you also can give feedback. So if a student got it wrong, so next to the answer choice, it can give some feedback. Or if they got it right, it can give an explanation. So that's a different option that Quizalize has. Also, it has, like if they got a couple wrong, it can send them to like some remediation. So you got these wrong, and then it'll come up and say, okay, so now you can go and go to YouTube and watch this video. So that's the advantage of creating your own in Quizalize. It gives you more options so that the kids get some more feedback. Or you can set it up where if they got a low score, they can take the quiz again. So that could be what they have to do. Okay, so I want you to try this one as well. And so let's just see if we pick something that has a couple questions. Here we go, 5 questions on ordering rational numbers. I'm going to give this to class. I'm going to continue. And then you are going to go to ZZI. So again, you can play it in class or do it as homework. We're going to play it right now. Here's where you can assign follow-up activities. So like right here, so if they score less than 50%, choose activity. So you can upload a PDF, add a link, add a YouTube video, or they give you some choices too. So comparing array and rational numbers, a link, so I could choose this activity. So it assigns it to them if they score below 50%. Same thing you can do, they score between 50 and 80 or more than 80. Just going to do the one, say I'm done. And then you can also do some differentiation. And then you can see how they improve after. You can export it to Excel as well. And I'll launch this. And team versus team. And they will go, you'll go to zvi.se. And then you'll enter the code as well, just like the other platforms. Join on my other computer here. Let's see, I can do it here. There we go. And then it'll load. And I can start it. And then this one is nice too because you get to actually see both. I'm just going to, not even reading them, I'm just going to guess. Oh, is that good? Okay. And now I want to check my results. gives me my explanation. I'm going to finish. And then next for me is this comparing ordering rush because I scored 40%, which is below 50. It's going to give me that link to go to watch this video, which is kind of cool. So that Quizalize is a little bit more in depth than the other two. So that concludes our webinar for today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, or else join us next time for webinar 2, which will be on February 7th. And February 7th, we'll be focusing on Flipgrid and Padlet. So we hope to see you then. Thanks. Bye-bye.